Most people want to lose fat very fast and they want their six-pack abs in 6 weeks, but that's exactly why they fail. The truth is, the slow way is actually the way that lasts. Now, it's not the sexiest, but it's real, bro. And if you've ever dropped weight and then gained it all right back, I mean, leave a comment below just so I know, but you know I'm right. You know I'm right. And every time you go all in on some extreme diet, keto, carnivore, fasting for 2 days, 3 days, your body fights back, your hormones crash, your metabolism slows, and the second you ease up, the fat just comes roaring back. So here's the truth. And I've seen this in my own life and in a lot of the other guys that I've coached with or personally worked with one-on-one. Go check out my Instagram, guys. If you don't know who I am, Steven McGreechin, founder and creator of American Stallion, one of the fastest holistic nutrition and fitness coaching companies in America. It doesn't look like it based by our YouTube, but we really are. And our Instagram is massive, and our Instagram speaks in much larger volumes than our YouTube. But basically, the most permanent transformations, they happen slowly. Okay, so when I first went from average to single-digit body fat percentage, I didn't do it in fucking 12 weeks, bro. I did it in 12 months, a full year. Slow, steady, relentless. And in that year, I changed a lot of other shit in my life, bro. My energy, my mindset, my discipline, my spirit, right? I got closer to the Lord. So all these things were a direct reflection upon me losing weight and getting into fantastic shape, which I tell this to everyone that I work with. You can't even begin to comprehend the massive ROI that this will have on your entire life. And I call it the American Stallion Revolutionary Method. It's built on one core principle, which is do the least amount of work to get the maximum amount of potential or gains or results, whatever you want to call it. So, and this isn't to call me, I'm not, excuse me, I'm not a lazy guy. It's just I want the most results for my clients as fast as possible. And in order to do that, go figure, you actually have to go slow. So everyone knows the saying, right? Smooth is fast, fast is smooth. That means no crash diets, no extreme cardio, no cutting 500 calories overnight, none of that bullshit. I want you guys to do it right, whether it's with me or on your own. And I say with me because if you go down to the description of this video, guys, you will see a link for you guys to book in with me or one of my fitness advisors and work with me one-on-one to dial in this shit, once and for all, forever. So we really do pride ourselves in doing things done right the first time. Slow, calculated, permanent. This is the beginning. And then as you progress and you want more muscle, that's fine. And you want to get into hybrid shape, that's fine. Then we can do all the crazy shit. But right now, let's get the body fat off and let's get you looking good. The holidays are right around the corner. Excuse me, the holidays are right around the corner. Let's get you looking good. So here's how it works. You don't want to be dropping 2 pounds, 3 pounds, 4 pounds in a week. That's stupid. A lot of their coaches and brands brag about that. That's dumb. That's going to backfire later on. You want to drop 0.5 pound to 1 pound max over the course of the week. That's if you run a 10% deficit instead of a 20. Most of the industry out here is going to tell you to run a 20% deficit. They're going to tell you to, jack up the cardio, bring the calories way down. If you're not feeling this massive amounts of hunger, you're not going to get lean or ripped. It's all lies. It's all lies, gentlemen. So you only need to lift like 3 times a week, 4 if you really like it. And then just walk daily. Walk daily. You don't have to do crazy amounts of incline treadmill, Stairmaster, running. You can if you want to do it on your own, but that's why I recommend just coming to work with me. I'll take all the guesswork out. We'll take all the guesswork out. right? Because I say we, American Stallion is partnered with one of the largest and leading biomedical teams in the country with reps in all 50 states, all over America that will come to your doorstep, dial in your blood work as if you were a professional fucking athlete, get you on a supplement stack, get you on TRT, HRT, whatever it is that you might need after consulting with one of our PhDs and doctors, holistic medicine doctors at American Stallion. So if you're sleeping right, like it's your damn job and you're getting 8 hours of sleep, that's when your body actually burns fat once all this other stuff is dialed in with the nutrition and the hormones. Because if you don't, hormones, they go all over the place. Metabolism, the metabolism will eventually rebuild, And like I said, slow is smooth and smooth is fast. And strong is forever. But in order to do this, the nutrition, the sleep, the hormones, the cortisol, it all has to be in check. And in order for it to be all in check, you got to go slow. And you can't just blow the top off this thing like you're probably trying to do right now. And let's be honest, the hardest part isn't food or training. It's the stuff going on here. Here, in your head. Most of you set expectations that are just completely unrealistic and unattainable. Like wanting to lose 30 pounds in 30 days. Are you kidding me, bro? Are you fucking kidding me? You want the shortcut because you're uncomfortable right now? But anxiety exists in the gap between your expectations and your reality. And the bigger that gap, the more you'll fail. Hormozy always talks about it, Alex Hormozy. The reason why it always feels harder than it actually is because you told yourself it was going to be easier than it actually was, if that makes sense. So instead of chasing 30 pounds in a month, chase just 1 pound in a week. Like my clients do. 1 pound a week, that's 52 pounds a year. And I doubt many of you have over 50 pounds to lose. So, most of you are between 15 to 20. But that's why we have multiple phases, right? We take you through our aggressive fat loss phase, okay? And I know I just talked about going slow, but that's just with the whole process in general, okay? The whole 12-month process in general. I want the fat to come off relatively quick, but 4 months, which is our aggressive fat loss phase, that's not really that quick. That's actually quite slow. So anyways, think about that. But we start with phase 1, and then we move into our maximum performance phase where we focus on gaining as much muscle as possible while at your new lean body fat percentage and aesthetics overall, masculine aesthetics. And then we roll back into a little mini cut if we need to tighten up. And that's the cut that's really going to blow, the doors off everyone else, bro, and have your buddy's jaws dropping to the ground. And then after the maximum performance phase, we roll into our identity install, our identity integration phase, which is where we forget or completely eliminate who you were for who you are now becoming. So we drop that out of shape fat guy identity and we replace it with the American Stallion version. So, I forgot, bro. How did I forget? So after aggressive fat loss, we roll into the metabolic optimization phase and then the maximum performance and then ultimately the identity integration. So I always forget because the metabolic health phase or the metabolism optimization phase goes hand in hand with the aggressive fat loss. So anyways, as I was saying, I've coached a lot of guys, entrepreneurs, fathers, CEOs, high-level men who think they don't have time to do any of this shit. But nearly almost 1,000 of them did. We've transformed almost 1,000 guys successfully now to date, just from our Instagram and running a few ads. But they're used to solving problems fast. But the fat loss, it just doesn't care how much money you make. These guys that come to us, they make a lot of money. They're used to quick, fast, instant, overnight. And bro, I'll get you ripped in 4 months. And that is pretty quick. That is pretty fast. But the whole process is going to take a lot longer than you think if you want the weight to fall off and stay off forever. That's why we only do 6 and 12-month programs. The 12-month program being our better program because it's just more guaranteed that the weight is going to come up and then it's going to stay off. So you can't out-hustle your hormones and your high cortisol levels, bro. The fastest way is the slow way. Remember, like I said, fast is smooth and smooth is fast. And the slow way is the fast way. So a lot of times I'll market this on my Instagram. I'll get you ripped overnight fast, this and that, because we're doing it the right way. And that's the difference between us and a lot of other companies and brands and coaches that put you in these massive caloric deficits and make you suffer. That's why my guys don't rebound. That's why our guys don't rebound. It's because we're not suffering, bro. And we're not going into these massive caloric deficits. This is more about just losing fat. This is about building a new identity. Like I said, you don't get lean. You don't become the kind of man who lives lean. You don't have to try to have abs. You act like the man who already has them. And Neville Goddard talks about this in one of his books. It was called Feeling is the Secret, I believe it's called. And if you eat clean, recover hard, you stay sharp, and you have this in your mind that you already are ripped, your body will just catch up without ever experiencing any of the lows. So that's what we do at American Stallion. That's what I've created here for you. A system that actually works and that is extremely effective and sustainable for life. So if you tried the fast way before but you failed, that's fine. That's fine. You're not broken. It's not like you can't get ripped. It's not like you can't lose the belly fat. You just need a smarter process, bro. And when you're ready to do it again, let me know. Let me know. Click the link down in the description and let me know. We always have fitness advisors on standby ready to talk to you guys. But a slower, more permanent path, that's what we do inside the American Stallion protocol. So you play the long game for 12 months, maybe a little less, and when the dust settles, you don't just look like a different man, you are one, completely different. So you've got two choices. You can either keep chasing these quick fixes that just break you and don't really give you the results that you're actually looking for, or you can play the long game, as I've done, as the clients at American Stallion have done, and win forever. Because your body follows your behavior. Your life is a reflection of the discipline you practice, or don't practice. So be the man who does it right. Be done with it once and for all. And don't forget, if you have what it takes, and you actually want to get ripped the right way, and do it right, and stay ripped the right way, go down to the description below, guys. Fill out the application to work with me one-on-one. This is with me, one-on-one. You'll have access to me, a doctor, and to my entire team as well, all in a private WhatsApp chat, along with, customized workouts, nutrition, protocols, everything else in our 12-phase American Stallion Revolutionary Method. So, and if you can't get in immediately to work with me, no big deal. We do have a waiting list, and you will be served accordingly. But I got to run, guys. I'm almost at my deadline. Yep, 1:45. So I will talk to you guys soon. Thanks for listening. As I said, if you want to get ripped the right way, the fast way, which is slow, right? That is the right way because you do it once and be done with it and have someone like myself watch you, coach you, teach you how to do it, and just be done with it. Slow is fast. Slow is fast. So if that's you want to do it the right way, the fast way, the slow but fast way, whatever, go down to the description below, click the link, and you can talk to one of my fitness advisors today. Talk soon, guys. Thank you.